Hello friends, I'm Parvez and this is our 45th video in Python GUI development with PyQt5. So in the previous video we have learned that how you can create a simple example of QListWidget in PyQt5. So in this video we are going to make a little complex example of list widget. Basically we are going to implement a simple project in a QListWidget. So let me show you that what we are going to make in this video. So let me just run this, and okay, this is the simple application that we are going to make. You can see I have a list in here, and you can add list in this list. For example, you can add a flatter and click, and now you can see I have an item in here in list. So you can edit. For example, you want to edit this C#, you can click on edit and you can say edited item. So edited item, you can remove item like this, remove language edited item, yes. You can sort this according to the alphabet, and you can close the application. So we're going to make this in this video. So now let's get started. And one important issue that I want to tell, maybe this is a longer video, around maybe it will be around 20 up to 30 minutes. So okay, first let me import. We are going to create our everything from scratch. So from PyQt5.QTWidgets, I want to import QDialog. I will show you that more imports. So first let me create a class. I call it programming dialog, and it inherits from QDialog. Okay, now let me just write my init and constructor method in here. So init method, in here I need a name. I'm going to give a list name, so I call it pro list, and right now make it none. And so let me create my super in here, super function, and you can write your programming dialog and give it self. Sorry, you need to give this in here. Programming dialog and self. Okay, now we have created this. After this, let me just initialize my name, so self.name, and make it name. And we need to create the object of QListWidget. So I need to import QListWidget, and I call it self.list QListWidget. Okay, now we have created the list widget, and now I'm going to create my so first let me just check this. So if pro list is not none, so if it's not none, I want to add this pro list to my this list. So add items, and I want to add the pro list. Okay, and also I'm going to set the current row self.list dot set current row to 0. Okay, now we need to create our VBox layout. So I want to import VBox layout in here. QVBox layout. Okay, VBox VBox layout. Okay, now this is my VBox layout. After this, I'm going to create a for loop for my slots. So for text slot in now let me create a tuple. So the first item I want to add, the first slot, so this is add, and the method is self.add, and also let me just unresolve reference. Oh sorry, bring it in here. This is indent problem, so let me get this in here and add it in here. Okay, so self.add, and the second one is okay, another one is edit self.edit. Okay, now add a comment here, and also let me add another one. So we have edit, and after this I want to another one for remove self.remove. okay, this was for the remove, and I want one for the sort self.sort, and the last one is close. self.close. okay, now this is our slots methods and slots that we are going to use, and after this we are going to create a button. So let me, because okay, IQ push button, and now create the object of your push button in here. Button, Q push button, and add the text in here, because we are going to get the text from these to our push button. Okay, and after this we are going to add this to our VBox layout. So VBox.add widget, and I want to add my buttons. So this is not a button, this is buttons, because we have more than one button. Okay, now we have created our buttons with the required methods that we need for our buttons. After this we are going to create an HBox layout, so let me just import a QHBox layout, box layout. Okay, HBox QHBox, and now I want to add my this list to the HBox layout, so add widget self.list, and I want to add my VBox layout to the HBox layout, so add layout, and I want to add the VBox layout, and at the end I want to set layout, so self.set layout to the HBox layout, self.set window title, and I want to set this to PyQt5 sample list project. Okay, and let me also set the icon, so self.set window icon. I need some imports, so from PyQt5.QGUI import QIcon, and from PyQt5 import QGUI. Okay, and now in here I need to add my icon, so QGUI.QIcon, and my icon name is icon.png. Okay guys, now also in here when you create your buttons, so we need to connect this to our slot. So buttons dot clicked dot connect, and we want to connect this with the slot that we have created. Okay, now after this now this is completed basics, and now we are going to create our these methods. So first, the first one I'm going to create, so this is diff add, and so I think it's in here, indentation problem. Okay, diff add. Okay, the first one is add. Now for the add, first you need to get the rows, the current row from the list. So I'm going to call it row self.list dot current row. After this, now you can add your title. So title, let me create a title and add, this is string placeholder dot format, and I want to get this from the name that I have created. So after this, let me create some variables. Let me create string, okay, and now I want to because when we are going to click, so let me just run this project, and let me run it, because in here we need input dialog for this. So if I click on add, you can see I have an input dialog in here. Okay, now for the input dialog we need to import this, the class. Let me import this in here, QInput dialog. Okay, so now in here QInput dialog dot get text, and I want the self, the title and title. Okay, and now make an if condition. So if okay and string is not none, if this is the case, so is not none. Okay, if this is the case, I want to insert the item to my list. So self.list.insert item to the specified row and the string. So this is my add method. Now we are going to create our edit method in here. Diff, and let me just check the title of these. Add, edit, remove, sort. So edit. Okay, so like this, first you need to get your row. So let me just copy this in here, and now after getting your row, let me now create another variable. So self dot list dot item, and I want to add the row. Now we need to create an if condition. So we are going to check if item. So if item is not none, so if this is the case, if item is not none, okay, so if this is the case, we are going to create a title variable in here and edit and dot format and self dot name. Okay, like this. We're going to create a string. Okay, so let me just copy from here because I need just these two, and I want to, so let me create in here. Okay, so string, and okay, we need a QInput dialog, dot get text dot get text. So in here I want to add the self and the title and title. Also let me just create a QLineEdit. Let me import QLineEdit in here. QLineEdit. So QLineEdit dot normal so let me just check this, that's why I'm getting error. Okay, you need to add the QLineEdit in here, comma QLineEdit and dot you can see that this is the type. I want normal and item dot text. So after this we have done this, now we need to check. So if okay and string is not none, so if this is the case, we are going to set the text to our item. So set item dot set text item dot set, let me just check this. Okay, item dot set text, and I want to set this to the string. Okay, so this is our edit. After this we are going to work on remove. So remove, and for the remove let me just copy these two lines of codes. So and I want to paste this in here. Okay, and after this let me check. So if item is none, so if this is the case, I'm sorry, if so if this is the case, I'm going to just return, and else I'm going to create a queue message box. So let me just add this in here, queue message box. Okay, so let me create a queue message box dot question, and so self and remove dot format self dot name self dot name. So let me just remove this, and I want to add this in the second line. Okay, now I want to add in here. So I want to add self dot name, and let me just add this in here. Okay, and we have another one, remove placeholder 0, and I want so the item name when we are removing dot format and self dot name. Self dot name str item dot text. So let me just add this in here, and also I need to convert this to the str or string like this. Okay, so now let me add the type of QMessageBox. So we have QMessageBox.yes or QMessageBox.no. I want to add this in here. Let me copy and add this in this section. Okay, QMessageBox.yes, QMessageBox.no. And now we're going to create an if condition. So if reply is QMessageBox.yes, so if this is the case, I want to create an item variable in here, and so I want to get that item from the list dot tick item at the row position, and I want after that I want to delete that, so delete the item. Okay, so this is my deleting. So the deleting is completed. Now we are going to create our sort and close method. So these methods are easy. You can simply write diff sort, and you can simply self.list.sort items. This is a built-in method. And for the clues, so diff clues, so I want to write self.clues, and I think this is completed. And now we need, just at the end, we need to create the object of our window. So underscore main. First, let me create a list of programming language. So I'm going to call it programming. So this is a list of Python. We have Java, we have C#, we have C++, we have Ruby, and we have Kotlin. Okay, now we need to create a QApplication object. Let me add QApplication in here, QApplication, and also I want to import sys. Okay, QApplication sys.argument v, and I want to create a dialog. So my programming dialog name, give the name to language, and add your list in here, and at the end you need to execute your dialog. So this is my complete code. It's a lot of code, and now I want to run this, and hopefully there shouldn't be any error. If I receive, I will check that. So I'm waiting for this. I think I have error. Programming language has no attribute at. So let me just check this at it. So, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 thing. So let me just check this. Okay guys, so where's the problem? The problem is in here. We have created these add, edit, remove, sort, and close. These are lowercase, but in here I have given like this. So let me just change these to like this. So this is remove is correct and sort is wrong, and we have close. Okay, so now let me just run this. We have, but I think we have an layout problem. So let me just check my layout code, that where is the problem for my layout, and let me bring it in here in this section. So guys, where is the problem? The main problem is in here. We have created our hbox layout in the for loop, so we need to remove this from the for loop, and we want to add this outside the for loop like this. Okay, so now our code is like this. Now let me run this again. Okay, now it's correct and we have a nice. Let me add another. For example, I want to add flatter. So now you can see I have another item. If you want to edit, you can edit this. So edited item. Okay, now it's edited. We can remove this item, remove language, this edited item. Yes, now it's removed. Remove. Yes. Okay, you can sort. Now it's sorted, and you can close. So in close we have a problem. Let me just check the close. Okay, make this accept, self dot accept. Okay, now let me just run this. Yeah, close. So thank you guys. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the further videos please subscribe to my channel and also share the video.